So I just thought, I'll just make it its own interlude. And now that everything has happened the way it has, where like Tributary became its own thing, and stuff like that, I wouldn't change anything, and I'm really glad that it ended up the way it did. Musically, this actually was going to be part of Ancient Dreams, but I just kind of, on this album, found myself wanting to de-prog all the songs, because it's definitely I think a calling card of progressive music to be able to just lead into new moments that are unrelated to moments before, except maybe being in the same key, or you know, you don't have to have very many similar elements to make it work. But for some reason, this being at the end of Ancient Dreams just never made a lot of sense to me. It made sense when I wrote it, but then as the structure of Ancient Dreams progressed, it started to make less and less sense. So I just thought, I'll just make it its own interlude. And now that everything has happened the way it has, where like Tributary became its own thing, and stuff like that, I wouldn't change anything, and I'm really glad that it ended up the way it did. But originally it was just supposed to be at the end of Ancient Dreams. And now that that song ends on such a large moment, it would make no sense whatsoever to have it as part of that song.
This was another song that was originally written as 2 guitar parts, and then we adapted it so that it's guitar and piano. This song, I remember, was the very last song that we recorded. So we had Ben over on like a Sunday afternoon, and he wanted to redo the interlude of The Forsaken Ground, and we had that to finish up, and then we just kind of ran through these 2 interludes, Tributary and Monarch, and wrapped those up pretty quick. I mean, they're short songs. And then we celebrated with nachos.
All right. Monarch is another interlude like Tributary. And I've always loved the word monarch. I mean, I just always have. It's just one of those words. I feel like people have those words. My friend Ben always thought the word memorial was just like the most beautiful word. And like, I don't have that aesthetic with that word, but I've always thought monarch was kind of one of those words, to me at least. And I was thinking about it a lot. There was this one summer a few years back when there were so many, I don't know if they were actually monarch butterflies, because there's another species that looks like them. Were they monarchs? Jen says they were monarchs. I mean, like, your windshield would just get covered with them. They were coming out of the ditches, out of the fields, just everywhere. I just had one of those light bulb moments that if you do your homework, which you can either do your homework or you can just talk to me sometime about it. Ancient Dreams is about a monarch. I think I'll just leave it at that.